tall man. The poster showed a huge tent decorated with colored lights, and across the middle were the words, "See the greatest circus." See the greatest circus, one night only. Paddington rubbed his eyes several times in order to make sure he wasn't dreaming. So how do you rub your eyes, Paddington? How do you rub your eyes? To make sure, like this, like this. Yes. So he saw a poster, like this. See the world's greatest circus for one night only. Paddington hurried back to tell the others what he had just seen. The world's greatest circus, repeated Jonathan, giving his sister a wink. Are you sure? Are you sure it's the world's greatest circus? It's for one night only, explained Paddington. Don't worry, said Judy. You won't miss it. Dad's got ticket for the front row, added Jonathan. Mrs. Bird is coming too. Paddington has never seen a circus before, and he was very excited at the thought. I hope it gets dark early, he said. Then we can see the lights. Paddington's wish came true, seen from the outside with all the colored lights twinkling against the night sky. The circus really did have a magical air. Hurry, hurry, have your tickets ready. Right there, he was in the circus. Hurry, hurry, have your tickets ready, called the voice. The show is about to begin. It's the man I saw this morning, he whispered. The very tall one I was telling you about. That's one of the clowns, said Judy. He isn't really that tall, began Jonathan, but Paddington couldn't wait. He could hear a band playing, and he was hurrying on ahead. Inside the circus, it looked like this. Wow. Okay. But if the outside of the tent had seemed exciting, it was nothing. It was nothing compared to the inside. There was a lovely smell of sawdust. Do you guys know how sawdust smells like? Sawdust? It's like wood. Yeah. There was a lovely smell of sawdust, and in among the jugglers and the acrobats, there was even a small girl selling ice cream. Who loves ice cream?
Why don't we
Can we get ice cream? Are we gonna get ice cream? Oh man. Okay. Mr. Brown pointed to a man in the middle of the ring. He was wearing a top hat. A top hat. Top hat like this. A really, really big hat. I expect you can keep a lot of marmalade sandwiches under a hat like that, said Paddington. Paddington loves marmalade sandwiches. You guys know what a marmalade sandwich is? Marmalade! Do you guys know what a marmalade is? Yes? Yes! It's a jam! It's something sweet. That's Paddington's favorite sandwich. I think I want to be a ringmaster one day, said Paddington. He wants to be this guy. Yes. Yes, the one with the top hat. This one. Just then the tall clown entered the ring. He was clutching a long pole that had a bucket balanced on the end of it. When he saw Paddington waving, he came across to greet him. Watch out, said Jonathan as the clown leaned over to shake Paddington's paw. Paddington jumped up in alarm, but he wasn't quick enough. Before he had time to escape, the bucket has fallen off the end of the pole. Paddington got scared. Right here. This one. Right there. The bucket almost fell on Paddington's head. Yes. Okay. Luckily, it was tied onto a string. Oh, luckily it was tied onto a string and it was empty, so Paddington didn't get wet. The clowns are full of tricks, said Judy. I'm glad I was wearing my double coat all the time, said Paddington. Someone might have put water in the bucket by mistake. I'm told ice cream is very good for young bears if they had a shock, said Mr. Brown. He ordered 6 large cones, and they all sat back to enjoy the show. So who loves ice cream? How many? Oh my gosh, there's so many! So many kids that love ice cream. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we get ice cream here? Who would love ice cream? Oh, from the white hat, down from the white hat. Where's the coordinator? Let's look for the coordinator. Let's get ice cream here. Oh, can we get ice cream? Yeah, can we, how many is that? Raise your hands. Raise your hands, kids. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 kids. You're not a kid. 15. Let's get 15. Small ones. Ako na lang punta. Okay. Chocolate daw. Wait, chocolate. Let's get 15. Can we get 15? Green tea. Chocolate and ice cream. Okay, they're getting the ice cream now. Kids, they're getting the ice cream now. Yay! Okay. So he ordered 6 large cones and they all sat back to enjoy the show. I feel better already, Mr. Brown, said Paddington gratefully. Paddington had hardly started on his ice cream when he saw another shock. Glancing up towards the roof of the tent, he saw a man hanging from the rope. He saw a man hanging from a rope. Jonathan looked at his program. That must be one of the popular prizes, he said. They're trapeze artists. Don't worry, called Paddington. I'm coming. Bears are good at climbing. So Paddington hurried up to save the trapeze artist. Right here. Right here. Before the others could stop him, Paddington was halfway up the nearest tent pole. Right here. Climbing the pole and carrying an ice cream at the same time wasn't easy, and the audience gave him a round of applause and he reached the safety of a small platform near the top. Everyone give Paddington a round of applause, yay! Paddington was about to take a bow when, to his surprise, he saw a young man coming towards him on a bicycle. Right here. I don't think you're supposed to bring up your bicycle up here, Mr. Price. Look out! Shouted the man, frantically ringing his bell. I can't stop, hold on, called his partner. In the confusion, Paddington didn't know which to do first, so he grabbed hold of the nearby bar. Right here. It came away in his paw, and before he knew what was happening, he felt himself flying through the air. So Paddington started flying. Can you fly, Paddington? He almost fell. Like this. The audience thought Paddington was part of the act and they clapped louder than ever. When a gasp went up as he missed the platform on the other side of the tent and began swinging backwards and forwards in mid-air. Oh dear, Mrs. Brown. Whatever will he do now? I shouldn't worry, said Mrs. Bird. Bears usually land in their feet. But even Mrs. Bird went quiet as Paddington's wings got slower and slower until finally he ended up hanging in the middle of the ring. There you go, he wasn't swinging anymore. What happened to the ice cream? Where's the ice cream? At the store, or at the in the story. It melted. It started melting. Okay. Don't let go, shouted the ringmaster. Whatever you do, don't let go, Paddington. Don't let go. Don't let go. I'm not going to, cried Paddington. He tried to raise his hat, but he was still holding to the ice cream cone in his other paw. The look of horror came over the ringmaster's face, and look what happened. It's melting. It's here already. A look of horror came on the ringmaster's face as something soft and white landed with a squelch on his beautiful. It's melted ice cream.
Ice cream on the head.
Help! Help! Cried Paddington. I changed my mind. I can't hold on much longer. Everyone in the audience began making suggestions, but in the end, it was the clown who came to the rescue. Balancing the bucket on the end of the pole, he stretched up as high as he could so Paddington could climb onto it. So the clown was helping Paddington earlier. And he's eating ice cream. I hope the string doesn't break, said Mrs. Bird. Where's Mrs. Bird? She's right here. There's Mrs. Bird. I hope the string doesn't break, said Mrs. Bird. The bear had a very large lunch. If the clown stretches anymore, said Judy, his trousers will fall down. And oh no! Sure enough, they did. And the cheers changed as laughter as Paddington was lowered to safety. Funniest fact I've ever seen, shouted a man near the grounds. More! More! Paddington gave the man a hard stare. I don't think I want to do that anymore, he announced. In fact, I don't think I want to go on a trapeze ever again. Paddington was scared. I shall just sit and watch from now on. Then he caught sight of the clown's stilts. It's no wonder you look so tall. It's because he was standing on the wood.
So short.
Yeah, he's really short. Paddington didn't think any more could happen to him, but at the end of the evening, the ringmaster presented him another ice cream! Another ice cream! Oh my gosh, where's our ice? Oh, it's coming! Ice cream is coming! The ice cream! After all, he said, you were the star of the show. Paddington was the star of the show. It was a pity we're moving on, he added, turning to the grounds. It isn't every morning we have a daring young bear on a flying trapeze. If you ask me, said Mrs. Bird wisely, it's a good thing you don't. Otherwise, there's no knowing where it can end up.
Alright, let's take a really quick break and at least let's give our storyteller some space.
It's okay.
Everyone, let's sit down.
Oh, you guys want to sit down? Yay!
Everyone can see the pictures
Yay!
and the book, okay? Alright, great.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I'm on Aria.
Okay, I will go lower. There you go.
Again.
Okay. Later that evening, when the Browns said goodnight to Paddington, they found him standing on a box by his bedroom window like this. He had a faraway look in his eyes. I was taking a last look at the circus before it goes away, he explained. Do you still want to be a ringmaster one day? Asked Judy. Paddington climbed into a bed and tested his sheets carefully to make sure he was safely tucked in before answering. Then he laid back. I think perhaps I would sooner be a clown, he said dreamingly. It must be nice to be so tall. You can always see what's going on in the world without having to stand on anything. Yay! Who likes Paddington? Paddington's gonna be showing in the movie soon. Do you know when Paddington is showing?
January 31st.
That's 2 weeks from now. Yes, that's 2 weeks from now. Paddington's gonna be in the theaters, everyone. Right, Paddington? Now the big question is, where is the ice cream? Where nandiyan ang ice cream? Wala pa? Pero kinuha na. Okay, kids, now we have quiz time for prizes. Can you see the prizes? Can you see the prizes?
Okay, wow, everybody. So, you need to
Wow!
Awesome. Tumbler.
Tumbler.
Special Paddington tumbler.
So, you know.
Alright, who wants this tumbler? Okay, then you guys have to volunteer to answer the questions, okay?
Where's the questions? I lost the questions. I lost the questions.